live, Frank. Frank, don't get all quiet
I'm
now.
always live.
Yeah. There you go.
Yo, what's good? It's your boy Wilson. You watching EmceeTV, the podcast, coming at you live from EmceeTV studios in Des Moines, Iowa. Today, my extra special guests are two of the homies that I met at Rapping the Rivers. I got the one and only Showtyme, and I got Frank James with me. Shout out to both of y'all.
Shout out to you.
Let's go! What's happening, y'all?
Appreciate you having us.
I appreciate y'all jumping on with me, and I'm super excited to be able to tell this story, fellas.
Yeah, let's do it.
For sure.
Hell yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and start off. So I met you guys at Rapping the Rivers, but let's go ahead and let's start off with Tony or Showtyme. Let's start off with you. My bad. Why don't you give me your background real quick and let everybody know where you're calling in from.
I'm calling in from Great Falls, Montana, representing. Got a tattoo on the back of the dome piece. Homie took a picture of it. Man, I'm just an individual who changed his life, you know what I mean? And I changed my life going through prison, addiction, all that. And then I linked up with the homie, Shadow Love. Once we both got back out of prison, we used to do music probably 15, 20 years ago. We linked back up, and I just told him, I said, hey, man, we got too much pain and too much struggle and too much shit to talk about to not rap, so let's do it. He messaged me and was like, hey, what's up? Can you still rap? I said, shit, it's like riding a bike. You don't forget how to do that, you know what I mean? You feel me?
Amen.
So we linked up and started making music, and then he introduced me to Frank, and then Shadow had to go away, do a little time, and me and Frank kept it popping for him, and now Shadow's about to get out. We about to have the whole crew popping, and we about to get it going, man. We putting on.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah.
All right, Frank, how about you? Let's get a little background on you real quick, bro.
Yeah, man, I'm out in Great Falls, Montana right now, but I grew up in Kalispell, Montana. Same thing, man. I was addicted from a young age, 12 years old, using IV drugs, man, like a crazy story, you know. And I came here I was locked up in county, and I was like, where should I go, you know? And I was like, I'm gonna go out to Great Falls, see if I could. Some people told me in the past to come here, get some music stuff popping. I was like, I'm gonna do that, man. And I kind of really, I spoke it into existence, man. I popped out into pre-release here after treatment. I came to Great Falls. I met Shadow Low, and when I got out, man, out of the pre-release, I hit up Shadow, and we started making music together. He introduced me to Showtyme, and like Showtyme said, man, Shadow had to go do a little time, get some things straight. But now we out here, we got it on and popping, man. We got this High Life Entertainment. We're really out here doing our thing. That's just a short story, man. But
I love it. That's dope, man. So you guys both got a pretty positive message. And you know, I mean, definitely you can hear the struggle in the music. Now, how did you two first link up?
So we linked up. Shadow said, hey, I know this white boy. I was locked up with him, whatever. He could spit. I'm going to bring him over. I'm like, all right, cool. You know what I mean? And he came over. We made, what was that song we made? Was it
Bang Bang, I think.
We made Bang Bang was the first one, which got super good reception. Every spot we played it at, every spot we performed it at, got good feedback on it. But I met him. We linked up, did a couple songs. All three were supposed to go to Rapping the Rivers. Shadow ended up having to go away, you know, do a little time. So me and Frank said, fuck it, let's just keep it rolling. So we went and did Rapping the Rivers last year, 2024, or 25, excuse me. And we got out, and then we just kept going with it, you know what I mean? Like, we're going to keep this going for when Shadow gets home, when he gets out, we're going to keep it popping, and that's exactly what we've been doing for this last year.
Hell yeah, that's dope. Shout out to Alan Tyverson up in here. He said, Riverview Boys.
Hey, that's my homie he's from Great Falls, but he moved up to Alaska. I don't know if did you watch that video I sent you, the AI video, the music video?
You said a lot. I got a chance to
Yeah,
flip through a few
yeah.
of them, but I didn't get a chance to see them
That's
all.
that's the homie that I made that song with. He's up in Alaska. Me and him, we're gonna be working on some music here real soon. That's the homie. Like knee high since a tree high. Literally kindergarten up until now, we still speak.
That's dope. That's dope. I got a homie that I grew up with in Wyoming. That's the same relationship. He lives out in Long Beach now, and he animates. He animated the last two Avatar movies.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, but
That's
we grew up
crazy.
together and shit. Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
That's awesome.
props to the day ones. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Hell
Absolutely.
yeah.
Shout out to day ones, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into sorry, so we talked the backstory a little bit. How did you guys first get into hip hop? And whoever wants to take it first, I don't care. I'm just gonna start throwing stuff out.
Me,
Yeah.
I grew up in the 90s. You know what I mean? I'm an 80s baby. Grew up in the 90s. So when I grew up, West Coast hip hop music was popping. You know,
Yep.
Tupac, Snoop, Cube, all that. So hey, that's where I got my influence from. And then the homie actually, Alan Tylerson, he started making music when we were, I want to say, 8th, 9th grade, and he had it popping. He was the first person to ever say 406 on a song, like representing for Montana. And I tried making music with him. I wasn't good at it, but I tried. And then a couple of years passed, and then we were all making music like separately or whatever they were. And then I linked up with Shadow, and me and Shadow we came out. I think the first song we recorded was Smashing, which was a huge hit. And Great Falls, Up on the Res, and Rocky Boy, like it was a huge hit. And I just love making music. I just love the whole process of it. You know what I mean? From writing words down to recording it, and then being able to get feedback from people. Like Shadow knows a lot. He knows a lot about mixing and making music and all that. So a student of the game, listening to him and all his tips, tricks, ins and outs, and then me being able to pass that knowledge on to Frankie or to FOE when they come over and record. Like, I just love hip hop. You know what I mean? I mean, hip hop's got me. Music's got me through so much shit in my life. It got me through dark times, good times. You know what I mean? It's just always there, and it's never gonna let you down.
It's that one constant.
Yep.
Frank, how about you?
Yeah, so for me, man, how I got into music, I guess at a young age, man, I had some emotions I didn't know how to deal with, you know what I mean? I started writing little poems and stuff, and I actually got one published back in elementary school, man. So from then on, I met a homie, Sean Edwards, Shetty, we call him on the streets, was his street name. He's doing a 10-piece in the feds right now, but I met him when I was 10 years old, man, and he was really big about rap, and he wanted to be a hip hop artist. Unfortunately, addiction took the best from him, you know, from a young age too. But yeah, he got me into rapping. I started rapping, and I've been rapping since I was 10, like just writing stuff. I never really hit the booth and recorded until I met Shadow Loke, man. But I mean, I guess I had a few songs, but nothing like what I'm doing right now is all stuff I've been wanting to do since I was a kid. And now, I mean, we have a song that, and I say I'm rapping with the OGs. I'm a hip hop student, and that's real, man. Because I happen to meet Showtime and Shadow, and they're blessing me with all this game, man, off the rip, just off the strength, and that's really, man. I started at a young age wanting to do it, and I just fell into the right place now where I'm able to do it. So shout out my team, man. Really.
Oh my baby.
Let's go.
Hey James. Hey, we got good energy and we feed off each other. So you go hear that
For sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I like the vibe, man. We got a gang of people up in here too. Shout out to Real Shadow Loke. He said he's up in here. We got Alan Tyverson. I am Tylen Bates.
Hey, shout out to homie.
Shout out to
Weekly Buzz.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Respect, man. I appreciate everybody jumping up in here. For anybody that just tuned in, I got Frank James and Showtime on here, and we're talking hip hop and their backstory, and yeah, just trying to kind of figure out where y'all started, where y'all coming from, and where we're going to. Okay, so as things started off, you guys are listening to West Coast hip hop. Does this? So where I grew up at in Wyoming, we started off in a lot of freestyling. You know what I mean? I didn't grow up too far away from you guys. You know what I mean? But there was nobody really holding it down. Just like Showtime said, Tupac was big, Snoop was big, Dre was big. Eminem hadn't even come into the picture. I'm 42, so I was born in the 80s, grew up in the 90s. You know what I mean? I came up listening. to a lot of OGs. You know, Wu-Tang came on the scene. Nas had been doing his thing. You know, there was a lot of greats, but nobody in our area was really putting it down, and nobody even from Denver at that point was on my radar. You know what I'm saying? And so we were just kind of out there, just, and it was really just who you related to the most, you know what I mean? Because there was nobody in our area that we could really, is to my knowledge, you know what I mean? We'd go up to Billings and stuff a lot for school shopping and stuff, and Billings was a lot bigger community than where I was at in Wyoming, even. But still, there was nobody holding it down for Billings at that point in time. So what was life? What was it like in Great Falls, in the communities, or you know what I mean, the area you were at when you were younger, when you were first getting into hip hop?
The area there wasn't an area. There wasn't no lane. You know what I mean? We was at the homeboy's granny's basement, and this was back when what was it? Sega Dreamcast was popular. You know what I mean? That far back. If y'all remember that, Frank probably don't, but
hell yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, we was in there on some dark, grimy music. You know what I mean? Like the 666 stuff. You know what I mean? Like the Method Man, all that dark shit. Like that's what we was on. But there wasn't a lane. You know what I mean? So it was kind of like make music and let the homies listen to it, but didn't put out to the world. You know what I mean? There wasn't the internet then. So it was kind of like just make music, let the homies listen to it, ride around, be proud that the homie was making music, and we had someone who was involved in that. You know what I mean? That's what it was like. Nowadays, it's kind of, well, we can get to that later. We'll still stay on topic.
Okay, Frank, what would you say? What was the vibe at when you were coming up?
So the vibe for me, like where I was coming from, like I said, I started rapping at a young age, like 10 years old, but that was with people that were hustling, addicts, you know what I mean? And so there wasn't really a music scene, but there was competitiveness. We would do battle rapping, we would do freestyling, we'd be like, who could make the sickest punchline? Like, who can make some shit that'll give you goosebumps, you know what I mean? And I try to portray that. Like, I have this line I wrote that says, I used to sell that Chris and I ain't talking Farley. Fuck me, your mind, it's my life, it's a party type, you know what I mean? It's punchlines and it's stuff that I want people to feel when I spit it. And that was back then, rapping, it'd be like in the room with like 5 homies and we'd be spitting, and it's like, if you couldn't spit something that we couldn't feel, we didn't want to hear it, you know what I mean? So that's really what I try to focus on too, and I am learning a lot from Shadow and from Showtime, like I said. So, but the music scene in Kalispell, man, it wasn't nothing really. Now they got Montana Souls out of there. They're doing their thing, you know what I mean? And they got people out there. The homie Hectic, Kerry Welch, he's doing his thing from out in Kalispell. But back when I was younger, it wasn't like that. And we got the little homie Josh Edwards out there too. There's some people doing their things now, man. And I'm just, from where I came from, I'm so excited to look at where we're going, because it's getting bigger and bigger. The music scene in Montana is about to take off. That's on everything, man.
Facts.
Yeah, I think we'd be remiss if we didn't give proper respect to the home. I mean, I know Billings has got a strong scene coming up, and I don't want to slack on you guys, but I just can't really speak on it, and so that's why we're here to talk. But I know Billings has got a strong scene, and then I know that the homies at Rapping the Rivers are definitely putting on in Bozeman right now for sure.
Absolutely.
And that was kind of what brought us together. So I'd be remiss if we didn't shout out Filth and Foul for you know what I mean, bringing us all together.
Absolutely. Shout out Filth and Foul. Legends in the making, bro.
Hell yeah. Okay, so you guys, you start off, you know what I mean, you're kind of paving the way. How do we get to the point where you guys start doing shows and teaming up together? Like without skipping too far ahead, I don't want to miss any points, but definitely Showtime, I'll let you go first.
So I think the first show was with Shadow Loke here in Great Falls. We opened up for Young Jock, and it was a big concert because there wasn't a whole lot of concerts. There was a Tech 9 concert here and there, of course. You know, Tech 9 goes everywhere. Shout out Tech 9.
Shout out Nina, that's my guy.
Yeah, but you know, we put on at the Young Jock concert, and it was crazy. It was the first time we performed. Granted, we were still in the street doing our whatever, you know what I mean? But we put on for the city, and everyone loved it. And then, you know, life happens. People go this way, you go that way, whatever. But we reconnected, and then, you know, Shadow's like, hey, I got an opportunity to get on this Rapping the Rivers last year. All right, bet, let's do it. Like I said, he wasn't able to perform. Shout out Shadow. Broke my heart, actually. When me and Frank went out there, we put on, we got good feedback, you know. So when we first went to Rapping the Rivers, there wasn't a whole lot of people interacting with the performers. So me and Frank, I said, hey Frank, let's go. Boom, we got to go out here and hustle. We got to grind. So we went to every single cap spot. Hey, we're on at 6 p.m. tonight, 9 o'clock tomorrow. Come rock with us. We'll come rock with you tomorrow. So we had a good crowd. You know what I mean? So it wasn't a complete waste of time. And then skip forward after that. We decided, hey, after that with MOB, I don't know if you got a chance to meet MOB or see him perform. I had the brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we linked up with them, like, hey, let's get this shit popping in Great Falls. So we linked up with them. We put on a concert at the Keller Guys. Shout out to Keller Guys. They've been rocking with us.
Let's go.
Yeah. We had so we invited Casey Bradley. We invited Filton Fowl. There was a dude from the Air Force here, FOE. That's right before we put him on the team. We did that concert here, and it was a banger. It's a dope little spot, cool venue. We got good feedback. It was a super dope show. Everything went through. The next show after that, we were supposed to do Ritz. So me and Frank, we scrambled to, get in the studio here, there. Helena, we traveled to get in the studio to make songs for this concert. Well, Ritz ended up canceling. I don't know, something happened with his band or his trailer or something, so he couldn't. So we had all this music in the vault. And then rapping. Oh, no, actually, we just threw performance in the park at Gibson here in Great Falls.
You band show.
Yeah, we had people, like I said, we had people come from Bozeman, Helena, all over the state. And it was an all-day concert. It was free. We gave away bicycles to the kids. We gave away gift cards, backpacks, clothes, merch. We gave it all away to the community. Dope. We fed the community. We had a barbecue. We had a bounce house. So we gave back to the community, and that was a real good time. And mind you, the homeboy Shadow Loke is still in the pre-release, the Halfway House, and he did all the help with all the promotion, all the setting up, and he performed while he was at the Halfway House. Shout out for that. That's a big deal. I said, hey, the first person in history to do that. Promote, perform, do all that while you're locked up in the Halfway House. So shout out him. And then we did Rap in the Rivers this year, and it was dope. Sam, my boy, missed out on the freestyle, but I think the belt would have came back home with us had he been able to be there in time. Shout out Frankie.
Hell yeah. That's dope. Man. So for the people that don't know, and myself included, because I've never been to Great Falls. What's Great Falls like? Is it a big population or?
No, it's about 55, 60,000.
Okay, I mean that's decent size. It's not tremendous.
A lot of air base people, a lot of military though coming and going, so it's like switching up. You know what I mean? And they're their own secluded group, I would say. I guess like it's a military family, but then there's the city too. You know what I mean? There's the people out here.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't have like a super diverse culture, but we do. We got a lot of white people. There's a lot of natives from all over the state. All the different residents here. We got, all the people from the base, which brings in a lot of people from all over the country. Obviously, it's a small town where most people, you know what I mean. If I ain't heard of you, then my homeboys heard of you, type shit. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, that's what's up. Is it kind of a tourist city? Do you guys get a lot of like hunters and snowboarders and skiers and stuff? Or
no, we don't have no tourist attractions like that. Other than like the dams, we have like 5 dams, right? The real big dams. It's not a real big tourist spot. Nah, not like Bozeman or
Red Lodge.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Not like Kalispell or Whitefish, nothing like that, really. No.
Okay, all right. What is the what do you think is the main industry out of Great Falls?
The base.
The military base.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, dope. Okay, so that's just a little rough background. You know what I mean, for the people tuning in from wherever, because the internet's global. You know what I mean. You never know where somebody's tuning in from, and so rather than them trying to be distracted and Google off on the side, I figured we just give them the background straight from the hosts themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. Okay. So, all right. So back to you guys a little bit, Frank. Let's tap in. So you said you've been rapping since you were like 10. How old are you, Frank?
I'm 32 years old.
Okay. That's dope.
Yeah,
That's
so
dope.
I'm a young, but yeah, like Showtime was saying, you were asking about our show. How did I first start performing? So I had done one verse ever on stage before I met Showtime or Shadow. So my first performance was Rapping the Rivers last year. Like my first actual performance was Rapping the Rivers last year, bro. So
That's
Rapping
dope.
the Rivers this year was my fourth or fifth, but we were up there killing it. Like our energy and my growth, like just from being able to see like Shadow take the lead, like and follow him, you know what I mean, and then Showtime put on like and be there with them, like just to see that like and pop out and be ready to perform is crazy for me to realize like I barely performed and we already had the opening for Ritz booked. Like, I mean, yeah, he did cancel the show, but we got big things popping, man, and I'm fresh in this, and I'm just excited, man. My team's really doing shit for real.
That's dope. That's dope. Is the community pretty receptive to that out there? I mean, like, are the
Um,
venues
it's
easy
They're
to?
gonna be. They're gonna be.
I mean, the Keller guys is cool. They put us on. Now we got a good solid connection with them where we can keep shit moving. You know what I mean? But in general, I would say it's probably like a 30
Hard.
to 70.
It's
You know
hard.
what I mean? It's hard. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that doubt us, people that don't like us, hate us, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean? There's not a big support system for rap. You know what I mean?
Sure.
But
And
but
that's
we
not you
did
guys.
have,
That's not you guys specifically. That's just hip hop in general.
in general,
yeah. But we had that. He was talking about that performance at Gibson Park that Shadow was able to be a part of, and we had everything was free. We didn't charge for our merch. We didn't charge artists for their slots. We didn't charge for nothing. It didn't matter what it cost us. It was free for our community, and we gave away, like Showtime said, backpacks, bikes. Shadow gave away a bunch of merch, like. And our community, it was like 93 degrees that day. We had the fair in town, or I think it was like 101
like
degrees
100
higher. Yeah, but we had what, probably 150, maybe more, I don't know, people that sat there all day. They supported us, man, and they were out there rocking with us, watching the other artists. We had kids out there now, so we had water guns for the kids to play with. So to see that part of the community for a first community event that we put on like that, man, like that's why I say the community is gonna be supportive of what we do because we're doing stuff for our community. We ain't out here just making music. We want to do fundraisers for the kids. We want to give back to our community. It's more than just music for us. You know what I mean? So that's why I say the community is going to put on for us because we're going to put on for our community.
Amen.
fact. Oh,
What do you think it sounds like there's a lot of talent in Montana, be it Great Falls, Bozeman, Kalispell, Billings, you know what I mean? It sounds like there's a lot of talent. What do you think is holding back somebody from that area from popping on the major charts?
support,
The haters. The haters.
support. You know what I mean?
Even
There's
look
no.
at. Sorry. Go ahead. All right. Look at Rapping the Rivers, man. It just popped off. Was 100% successful, and there's still people being like, "Oh, no wonder Davies didn't show up. Look at his crowd." Like, are you kidding me, bro? There was I don't know how many people exactly, but there was people out there, and it was popping. And we still have haters saying, "Oh, it's Montana. It's a bunch of people singing karaoke in the sticks." Like, people don't want to give props where props is due, and I don't understand why it's like that. But I don't know. Showtime tune in on this one, man.
I think it's because people ain't hip to like. Oh, you know what I mean. You live out in Iowa, you know what I mean.
Exactly.
So people aren't hip to what's really going on. People still think it's all cowboys and Indians, and it's the show Yellowstone up here. But that's not what it's like. You know what I mean. We got reservations up here. That's a third world country. You know what I mean? Like
Real.
there's a ghetto, and then there's a reservation, and the ghetto's a little bit better than a reservation. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? Like people aren't hip to the fact that we live just like they do. They want to, oh, you're from Montana. Well, yeah, I am from Montana. It ain't no different from where you're from. Yeah, I mean, I see people all the time come from out of state. Oh, man, I love Montana. Y'all good people. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it's not knowing. They don't know. That's what's holding us back is people not knowing. And so you had all those people come from all over the country to Rapping the Rivers, and they were like, damn, this is really lit. You know what I mean? Like, we got all these Montana artists putting on, and I mean, so I think in due time, with enough hard work and enough, at it, constantly doing it, I think it'll get some motion.
Yeah.
Look at the homie, what's his name? Destino, is that his name? From Billings. Anyways, he performed, and he's getting flying out to 2 shows on the Peso tour. You know what I mean? So
Let's go.
People are making noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We got the same thing going on here in Des Moines. The biggest thing out of Des Moines is Slipknot. and they're not even Des Moines. They're 30 miles south of us, and in a little town called Indianola. But I mean, Slipknot's huge. You know what I mean? They're big, but that's a different lane. You know what I mean? You know, we got Tech Nine, 180 miles south of us. We got Rhyme Sayers Entertainment with the dudes from Atmosphere, 300 miles north of us in Minneapolis. We got King ISO. Yeah, we got King ISO and Tabo the Truth. 130 miles west of us in Omaha. And then we got Twista, you know what I mean? And everybody else out of Chicago that's like 500 miles east of us. But, you know, Des Moines has a bubbling scene, and there's a lot of dope MCs out here. Population is probably close to 750, 780,000. You know what I mean? We might be close to 1 million by now, but I think the last census was 750, 780. But I think we don't have a coined sound either. We don't have a you know, something that people just associate with Des Moines, like that chopper style out of Kansas City and stuff like that. But we got a lot of dope MCs and people putting it down. You know, there's some real heavy hitters out here. You know, I think on our Mount Rushmore, we've got some phenomenal MCs. We got people like Trip Shelton, Big Ray West, and stuff like that. There's phenomenal DJs, and the scene is really starting to bubble. But we're a couple steps away from one of these guys cracking off and really getting acceptance in the mainstream. If you guys had to do a Mount Rushmore for hip hop MCs out of the state of Montana, we'll just do that. Who would you guys put on it? I'll start with you, Frank James. Let's let you go first. Who do you think is really holding it down and pioneering the sound in Montana right now?
Holding it down. I'm not sure if he's still doing it, man, but my little homie Josh Edwards out of Kalispell, he put on for the Montanimals type thing. He had like a whole documentary, and he was just a young one with an idea. I mean, now he's married. He's got responsibilities, you know, so I don't know what he's doing to this day. I haven't talked to him heart to heart like that in a minute, but that little dude was like watching him, because he was a few years younger than me, gave me energy to want to do what he was doing at that time. So honestly, my favorite artist, I guess, or like who I put up there out of Mount Rushmore would be Josh Edwards, man, for me personally. But that's another problem with Montana too, is I don't know a bunch of artists out here like that. I'm just now getting to know them from rapping the rivers, linking with people, putting on shows, getting to know them. So that's another thing for me, is like learning the artist out here and learning who's making moves and who's really about it. You know what I mean? So that's a hard question for me to answer. I'm gonna leave it right there.
It was a great spot for networking. Showtime, what do you think? If you put 4 MCs that are really representing Montana, who would you say?
I would definitely say Shadow Loke for sure. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Sure, Shadow, absolutely. Yep. I would definitely say Alan Tyverson, even though he no longer resides here, but he still puts on for Montana. Talk about the way he grew up, all of us. He still puts on, you know what I mean? He puts on for all the homies that have been incarcerated. He makes bars about him, you know what I mean? I would put Filth and Foul as one person on Mount Rushmore, just because they've been doing it for so long. They've been on every show that's came to Montana, from the game to everyone, you know what I mean? Definitely them.
Respect.
And last but not least, he hasn't made music in a while, but I would say Young Jay, who actually changed his name to
Young Jay.
I would say Young Jay. He's been putting on for a long time. He's been real big in the scene. So that would be my 4 for sure.
That's what's up. That's dope.
Hey, I'm gonna touch back on that real quick. I shout out Kerry Welch, man, old member of Montana Souls. He's the homie, bro, and he's out here. He's putting on. He just had a kid too, so he's kind of fell back right now. But he's gonna come back. He's hungry, man. And yeah, shout out Loke. I didn't know he's allowed to name people in our group. Shout out Showtime too. Let's go.
Hell yeah.
Oh baby.
Hell yeah. You know, this interview wouldn't have happened if I didn't notice that ink on the back of Showtime's dome. I was standing there taking pictures, and I saw that. I wish I had it so I could pull it up in the podcast for us right now, but I don't got it on this computer yet. But you can definitely check out the EmceeTV Instagram page. Humble plug for myself there. And I think I got a picture of it on there. But yeah, I mean, that was what reeled me in and kind of started the conversation when I was like, "Hey, homie, can I take a picture of that?" And then, you know what I mean, it kind of branched out a little bit from there. But yeah, I definitely it caught my attention, and I'm excited. You know, I got to see you guys rap that day. I think I got some footage of it that we're gonna drop on EmceeTV.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and so you know, I think Rapping the Rivers really, again, shout out to Filth and Foul for putting on, um, and Rapping the Rivers, because everything they did that day brought a bunch of people together, you know?
It did.
Absolutely.
It did. To be honest, like I never had a whole lot of interaction with either Nick or Shane. I had a little bit more of Nick, not so much Shane, and I was able to chop it up with both of them individually for a couple hours apiece. And just that little bit I talked to them, they're super humble human beings, and
Down to earth.
they worked their fucking ass off. And they, you know, I kept telling them like, hey, this got to be like a wow moment for you. Like looking at the crowd, like, damn, this is gonna be a wow moment. And they're like, you know what, this wouldn't have happened without y'all. Like, so they weren't, you know what I mean, super humble and just like good individuals who I'm glad we made that connection, and now, you know what I mean, like now we're locked in for life type shit.
Yeah.
Hey, but to give respect where respect's due, they did that shit, bro.
Hell yeah.
They did that. They put that on, no doubt, bro. They did that all the way.
Yeah. I thoroughly enjoyed myself. I look forward to coming back next year. I guess, you know, we might as well go ahead and announce this now in real time. Oh, we got a bunch of comments rolling in. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. We'll tap in on that here in 2 seconds, but we might as well mention this because I think you said Filth and Foul announced that they've locked in some new talent for next year, and they're super excited about it. And obviously that was kind of a hint. We don't necessarily know who it is, but they're already working on the lineup for next year, and this year just wrapped up. So that's how dedicated they are to this festival and everything they got going on.
Hard work.
Shout out Filth and Foul, man.
Real talk.
Real talk.
We definitely got a lot of comments in here we got to pay attention to real fast just to show love. I got Corey Sangri, 3665. He would say, I would definitely say Alan Tyverson. Let's see here. The Real Shadow Loke said Joey, aka Meadow. Paik.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And Alan Tyverson. Okay.
Yep.
Dope. So I think these are all comments going back to the Mount Rushmore. Yeah, Mount Rushmore comments. So that's always that's a common thing in hip hop. You know what I mean? You know, a lot of people bring that up. I don't know if they do that in other lanes of music, but we like to do it in hip hop. So I definitely like to throw it out there when we're talking.
Hell yeah, facts.
All right. So if we pull up you guys' playlist on Spotify, YouTube, whatever you consume music on, Tony, what are we gonna find on yours? What would we hear if we got into yours today?
Listen. So I never had no platform to play music. I was always riding with Shadow. So my shit's always Shadow Loke and Showtime. It's on Shadow Loke, all platforms, YouTube, whatever, everything is on there. We got some songs on there, but we got some bangers in the vault. Like I said, it's hard for Shadow to make music now because he only gets X amount of hours away from the halfway house. So as soon as he's able to start making some music, we're gonna start dropping some bangers, some singles. That's what we just go focus, you know, because people attention span on the album is not quite there. They just want singles so they can, you know what I mean? So I think that's our plan. Drop singles. In the meantime, we just make music. There's no specific way that we make music. It's like, all right, cool. Frank, I want to get you on this track. Come over. Hey, Shadow. This, you know, Frank's like, hey, Shadow, I want to get on this track. Boom, they make a track. Or FOE comes over. Hey, we want to make a track with us three. Or us four. Like, there's no format to how we make music. It's just, all right, cool. I hear this beat. Boom, Frankie, you got to get on this. I want you on this. I can hear. Hey, I want Shadow. This could be a hook. What you think? And then he'll fix his shit right when he got to do it. He'll make the hook, and it'll be like, all right, I want you on it. So there's no specific way that how we make music. It's just a team. We love making music. It is what it is. It's Hog Life, baby.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely. Let's go.
When you listen to music, are you mainly listening to hip hop, or what inspires you? What kind of music do you like to listen to?
My music, I listen to. I said it on a song. I'm either bumping Hog Life, or I'm either banging Hog Life or bumping Pyrex. So I'm either listening to me, Frank James, Shadow Loke, FOE, or I'm listening to AWACS. Every once in a while, I'll throw in some King ISO in there. But that's what I listen to, and that's my playlist. 78, 80 tracks of AWACS and Hog Life just mixed in together.
Hell yeah. Frank, how about
you? I be listening to everything. Showtime be a hater for this too, bro. But I be listening to everything. I be listening to I listen to MGK I'll listen to Bieber. Like, hey, I'll listen to Taylor Swift. I got a daughter. Like, I listen to music, but check it out, man. When I'm listening to music, like, low key, I be studying it. Like, if it's not a good song, man, if it's like just mainstream, like, and I'm not hating on mainstream. There's mainstream artists I love. Like, there's some great songs that I'll bang that are absolute bangers. There's ones I don't like as well. But when I'm listening to music, I'm always studying like how they end with their ad libs or how they end with the word, how they triple it up on a rhyme or something. Like even when it's sing country songs like Morgan Wallen or something, like I'll listen to all kinds of music as long as it's a good song, man. Like if it's something I like to hear that's easy or something that means something, then I'll listen to it, man. So I bump all kinds of shit, really.
Hey, don't get it twisted though. I still listen to all kinds of music. I'm just saying, like, I'll pull out some '90s, '80s country music and I'll jam out. I'll cry my heart out. You know what I mean? Or my daughter and my daughter be listening to rock and roll. You know what I mean? Heavy metal. And I'll listen to that. Like we're going to Sick New World in October. Like I'm not a hater of all music. I listen to all music, but if I'm riding around, I'm bumping Hog Life or Pyrex.
Yeah, he is too. That's real.
Hey, and shout out to homie Alan Tyverson. He just dropped a little 5-track EP. It's on YouTube. Shout that out. I'm on there. That's good music. I'll bump his shit too.
I'm gonna have to peep it out. Okay, is he under? Is that his artist name or his real name?
Yep, Alan Tyverson. Yep.
Okay. All right, dope.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to peep it out.
Yeah, he's dope.
Hell yeah. This.
Hey,
I mean, this is.
Mob too.
Say it
You said
again.
what?
I said, shout out Mob. We got some music. We ain't dropped it yet, but we did do a few songs with them, and we got some events coming up. Well, they're in the works, but that we're gonna be working on with them. They're from here in Great Falls, so shout out Mob too.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
Mob.
Is there a pretty decent amount of hip hop groups coming out of Great Falls right now?
Surprisingly, you wouldn't think so, but when we did our performance in the park, we had people lined up trying to hit us up. We filled, I think, 13 slots, and I think 3 or 4 of them for out of Great Falls, not from Great Falls. The rest were from Great Falls. So, and then we still had people hitting us up to the day of the show. Hey, can I get on? Can I get on? Like, there's a lot of young talent, a lot of young people that are like 22 and younger that are hungry, that are out here making music. Like we put on I can't remember the kid's name. Excuse me for watching. I forget.
Paper Chasing Ace. Paper Chasing Ace.
Paper Chasing Ace. It was his first show. He hopped on and he did good. Like there's a lot of good talent coming out. I just think the lack of guidance. You know what I mean? Like lack of guidance, obviously. Paper Chasing Ace asked me about his performance and his music, and I was straight up honest with him. I told him what I thought and what lane he should try to stick in and what lane he shouldn't go into, and he was super receptive to my knowledge, to my feedback to him. But yeah, there's a lot of people coming out of Great Falls that, hey, every time we get a show, Hog Life, reach out to us. We go try to push them on.
That's dope.
Yep.
Showtime. You would at least out here. I'm a little older in the scene. You know what I mean? Are you one of the kind of the OGs out there that kind of people come to, or are there other ones that have been like pounding the ground longer than you?
I mean, in Great Falls, I would say definitely. You know what I mean? Me and the people that are on the chat and live right now.
Yeah,
definitely
they're part of the conversation.
I'd say we're the OGs. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, dope. That's what's up. And you got a comment on your medallion earlier. I think it was your homie Alan Tyverson. He said, "I'm slacking." The chat is just snapping right now. Everybody's blowing it up. Respect to everybody in the chat, y'all. Much love. If you're just tuning in, I got Frank James and Showtime up in here with me. Damn, I missed it. I'm trying to scroll back through it. But yeah, much love to everybody up in the chat. Shout out the real Shadow Loki's up in here.
Hey.
Yeah, there's mad love in the chat for y'all.
Yeah.
Which is dope. You know what I mean? But I was trying to find, and then Shadow Loke said Bieber's dope. Shout out. Yeah, it was Alan Tyverson. He said that RX Indian bead chain is fire, by the way. Just noticed that. Yeah. Now that's dope.
I gotta put on for the natives.
Okay, so that's one of the things I want to talk about because we just had Apache on here.
Shout out Apache. Salute. Good interview, homie. Proud of you.
Real talk. He was a fun interview. He came correct too. He was ready to talk, and you guys as well. But yeah, Apache definitely came. He was ready to talk. He knew what he wanted to say. He was plugged in. You know what I mean? But okay, so I want to tap in on the native thing because I think Montana has a pretty big native population. Wyoming has a good native population. Iowa, I think there's probably some natives out here, but I don't run into them near as much. You know what I mean? Um, and hip hop, I think, is kind of lacking in the native artist representation, I guess. You know what I mean? You don't see a tremendous amount, especially in the mainstream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think that's something we're kind of lacking. What are your guys' thoughts on that? Being in a community where there are more native folk, you know what I mean? Like, how do you guys see that?
I love all the native rappers, from Sten Jotty to Antoine X. You know what I mean? The homie Bishop Slice, who I had
Bishop
the
Slice is a killer.
who I had the pleasure of. Listen. There was two people I wanted to meet at Rapping Rivers, and he was one of them. So I was blessed to meet him. You know, I don't know. I love supporting natives in any way I can, whether it's to help them get sober, or be there for a shoulder to cry on, or listen to their music, or you know what I mean, to hear their stories, the triumphant stories like Apache's, watch them win the rap battle, like whatever it is, I'm gonna support a native 100%.
I like that. Frank, how about you?
Yeah, I'm right there with it, man. You know what I mean? I come from where I'm from in Kalispell. It wasn't as big of a presence, which is crazy because we're right by we're right by the reservation too. But when I hit Great Falls, it was way different. It seems like treatments, unfortunately, was full with a lot of natives. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of people getting their head on straight. Amazing, talented people that I feel like are looked over so much. But yeah, I'm right there with Showtime, man. Like we support it all the way for sure. It's a hog life thing.
Absolutely. Hey, and when we did Performance of the Park, shout out Bobby Takes It. I mean, he's big in the recovery field here in Great Falls and Montana in general. And he came out and he sang a native song and he blessed our stage for us. So, you know, if we could tie traditional native music in with hip hop music, I'm all. It was super dope to see him come out, bless the stage for us. Everyone, it was super dope. It was definitely one of them chilling events. I just got goosebumps thinking about it. It was dope. It was dope.
That's dope. That's dope. So you brought up Bishop Slice earlier. That's the homie. Much love to him. I had the opportunity to. I actually stayed with Bishop Slice and the homie D-Loc. I came out there with D-Loc, and me and D-Loc stayed with Bishop Slice. We were all three in an Airbnb, and when we came out there to rap in the rivers. But man, I grew up real close to the Crow Reservation, and had a lot of homies up there. You know what I mean? And we all went to school together. We kicked it together. You know what I mean? And like, that's just kind of a part of life. I don't even I don't even know if you classify Wyoming and Montana as Midwest. It's kind of like West Midwest. You know what I mean? But
we classify it as Northwest.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's Northwest because Idaho is only a sliver of a state between us and Washington. So we classify it as Northwest. So everyone in the chat, Northwest, stand up.
There we go.
Let's go.
That's what's up. But yeah, I think there's a lot of dope. There's a lot of dope native rappers coming up. I want to say I was trying to remember who the big one was when I was a kid. I think there was a rapper in the mainstream named Apache. That when I first came up as a kid. I feel like maybe I'm fucking that up. I'm cheating. I'm using Google right now.
No, you good. Everyone uses Google.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So Google says, yep. Apache, born Anthony Peaks, was an American rapper from New Jersey and a member of Queen Latifah's Flavor Unit Collective. He is best known for his 92 hit single Gangsta Bitch and his 93 debut album Apache Ain't Shit on Tommy Boy Records. He was born in Jersey City in 1964, joined the Flavor crew in 1980s. Yeah.
Way back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he got some years on me.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's just it's interesting because there's a test one up in here. Salute test one. That's one of the homies from Des Moines holding it down for us. Yeah, we got the scene is jumping off today, man. Much love to everybody. If you're just tuning in, I got Frank James and the homie Showtyme up in here, and we're just talking Northwest hip hop, right? That's what we're calling it.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so what's next on the horizon? Are you guys gonna be at Rapping the Rivers next year?
Oh, already. So we're gonna. I think. Do you know Jeff Johnson? He's a promoter in Billings. He's Casey Bradley's manager.
I don't think I met him.
So he's putting on like what is it, 4 cities, Frank?
I think it's 4 cities. Yeah, it might be 5, but I'm pretty sure it's 4. Missoula, maybe. Great
Yeah,
Falls, Billings, and one more. I'm not
Bozeman.
sure.
Bozeman. But he's putting on like
Oh.
a contest. Best performer gets a free slot at Rapid Rivers. So we're gonna do that, whether we get it or not, whether we win that or not. We're still gonna be at Rapid Rivers for sure.
Okay, dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we got and then we're trying to do a concert here or a show here in November. I don't want to speak on it too much because we don't know the logistics, but we're trying to work on that. And then after that, we're trying to bring someone here to Great Falls.
Okay, dope.
Yeah.
We got the exclusive, right? I need the you know,
Yeah.
we got the exclusive right here.
And then hopefully we got that November one. That should fall into place, man. That's something that's for the community as well. And then also we're looking at doing a little New Year's thing. That's with Mob and some other people that we've teamed up with. We're really trying to get Great Falls just popping, man. It's really what we're trying to do. And then, we want to link up with, like we said, Filth and Foul out in Bozeman, Jeff Johnson out in Billings, and we're trying to bring it together, man, because Montana's a big ass state. It's big, and we want to bring that music scene together and just keep it popping, man. We're on forward momentum, and we ain't slowing down.
And if no one supports us, at least Montana will support us.
Amen.
Yup.
Amen. Well, you guys got an outlet out here in Des Moines, so I'm definitely holding it down.
Let's go.
Salute to you.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
hit that button on his page.
Yeah. Ring the bell.
Like and subscribe.
That's right. Okay, so here's another thing I wanted to tap in on. I know, back in the day when I first got into hip hop, we were jacking beats. You know what I mean? It was kind of mixtape style. You'd find an instrumental or something, and you had to rock that because we didn't know anybody making beats. With the advent of digital producing and stuff like that, producers are popping up all over. You know what I mean? And with the internet, you know what I mean? BeatStars, stuff like that. You can find a producer in Europe that may want to cut a track for you or whatever. You know what I mean? What's the producer game like out in Montana? Are you guys thirsty for beats, or are there a lot of producers out there? Like, what's it look like?
Nah, we thirsty.
We thirsty. We hungry.
I think maybe the homie FOE has one person's tapped in making beats, but we just like 80% of the rappers. You know what I mean? We on BeatStars. I mean,
Okay.
I'll be on BeatStars for 2-3 hours.
Scroll.
And then we got a group chat, the Holly Life group chat. We'll shoot it in there. What y'all feeling this? Whatever. You know what I mean? So yeah, we hungry for beats, but we don't have a specific beat that we, you know what I mean? We don't have a, down south got the crunk, west coast that, we just find a beat where we can all vibe to, and we feeling it.
Yeah. Any type, man. I'll rap on anything. That's real.
Okay. Well, there's a gang of people up in here from Iowa and, all over. So I definitely think that this should be able to help connect you guys with some producers. I got a gang of producers out here in Des Moines. I produce a little bit myself. And actually, looks like Alan Tyverson is the winner. So if we can link up on Facebook, I will get you I'll get your address. Or Instagram. Okay, yep. We'll link up through IG. I'll get your information from Showtime, and I will get you an autographed copy of A Field of Dreamers, produced by me, featuring the homie Big Ray West. And I will get that autographed and mailed out to you. I got a list of these, so I'm gonna have to hit the post office next week because I got the homie Rev Green and a handful. I got the homie Hoodie in Montana, in Colorado or Denver that I need to mail one of these to, and then the homie Noose won the other day for being the heaviest contributor in the chat. Goes home with a copy of A Field of Dreamers. So, but Alan Tyverson has definitely been holding it down, and it looks like Google has him with the #1 crown next to his name. So he's holding it down as of now. So there we go.
Yeah.
But he said that he goes, oh damn, there was a whole competition going on. Okay, let's go.
Shout out Tyverson.
Hey, all love.
Hey, yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Supporting the show gets you nothing but love back. You know what I mean? We reward the ones that are chiming in and supporting with us. So, okay. So, so definitely plug your social medias because we didn't really tap in on that a whole bunch yet. But I definitely want to make sure that people are able to find you because, like I said, we got people in here from all over the place. And I want anybody to be able to find you that's looking to try and peep out the music and see what you guys got going on social media.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Frankie.
Yeah, so my Instagram is at Full Clip Frankie on IG, and then my Facebook is just Frank Thames. It's a picture of me and wifey on there. Tap in. I'm more present on Facebook than anything. That's my only socials I really got popping right now. I got a busy life, man. Socials is busy already. So tap in, Noah. If you show me love, I'll show you love all the way up.
Absolutely. I'm on Facebook, Tony Sangre. IG, it's Showtime 406. You hit me up on my TikTok, 406 Showtime. I'll just be acting goofy on there. But yeah, tap in with us, man. We got, like I said, we got hella music in the works. I sent Shadow, I don't know, probably 5-6 songs. We got a feature from Alan Tigerson on one of those tracks we about to drop. Frankie, we go grind. You know what I mean? We go grind. We got big energy in the studio.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm tapped in with the homie Bishop Slice out of Alaska as well. I know you said Alan Tyverson's up there. I might be able to, like the tree just keeps growing. You know what I mean? The branches are reaching out, and so, I might be Showtime. I might be able to link you up with the homie Bishop Slice, and maybe y'all can jam on a track together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that was the fun part about Rapping the River. So Friday was kind of like to check everything out. Saturday was grind mode for me. I networked with so many artists. Like, hey, let's get on the track. I've met Bishop. We talked. He said he was willing to get on the track. I haven't reached out yet because I got some issues with the laptop going on right now. As soon as I fix that, the studio's back up. But that was it. I was out there to grind, make connections, see people who want to make music, see who we could possibly do a show with later on in the future. So yeah, I hit the ground running on Saturday. I was out there taking pictures with everyone. You know what I mean? Out there grinding, trying to.
Hey, he was real talk.
Yeah, that was my goal. You know what I mean? Shadow wanted. Shadow said, "Hey man, you need to be out there networking." And I said, "Hey, absolutely, already. That's what I'm doing." So that's what I did.
I had some flyers for the homie Big Ray West. He did a track with KC Young Boss, and I had stickers for the podcast. And so I was passing them both out, like running up to random people. You know what I mean? Like, all right, this dude looked like he fuck with some hip hop. You know what I mean? Boom. Oh, this motherfucker doesn't look like he fuck with hip hop, but here you go anyway. And you know what I mean? Put a flyer in a lot of people's hands. So hopefully we had an impact out there. So, but I think it was a blast. All right, let's close out on a real quick thought. We'll show Rapping the Rivers a little love. We'll go around. I'll kick it off. Let's see if we can break down Rapping the Rivers in a short description. I would say it was put myself on the spot because now I got to go first. I would say Rapping the Rivers was a phenomenal festival in the middle of Montana, but it was also a unique collective of minds of people that were all on the same plan, basically. You know what I mean? Even the EDM kids and stuff. You know what I mean? Like everybody was just vibing. You know what I mean? Out there for a good time. I didn't see anybody funking. There was no issues. Nobody was bugging. I mean, there was probably some of that, but I didn't see any of it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think it was just Rapping the Rivers was dope. And salute to Shane and fucking
Nick,
my bad. Yep, I had Nick on here too. My bad, Nick. I dropped the ball on that one. Shout out to Shane and Nick for putting on a phenomenal festival. Salute to them. Whoever wants to go next.
I'd say Rapping the Rivers was man, for me it was a time of my life. It was dreams and memories just coming into full fruition, man. Like I proposed to my lady out there on stage.
Let's go.
Let's go. Shout out Desiree, my lady, man. And yeah, Showtime got to be there for that. And man, my team's always pushed me to do better. It sucks that Shadow Loke wasn't out there with us, but we brought FOE All Heart out there with us, man. But beyond Hog Life, I'd say Rapping the Rivers, man. They had mainstream artists out there. They did their thing, man. Everybody says it can't be done, and they did it. So that's real. Shout out Nick. Shout out Shane. They're both down to earth people, man. And it's like meeting those dudes and just seeing them do their thing. Like they're laid back. They're like, this is what it is. We're doing this, and they do it, man. Like, and that's just shout out Montana and shout out everyone that came together, everyone that came from out of state. More than a festival, Rapping the Rivers is an awesome place to go and just network, man. Even if you can't show up there to perform, if you can't show up and watch the concert, I strongly recommend just showing up to Rapping the Rivers just to enjoy the people, man, and network and stretch out. You said the tree's growing. Hog Life's going to keep watering it. With that, I'm gonna pass it to Showtime. Let's go.
Hey, let's go. We gonna keep watering them for sure. Rapping the Rivers, for me, it was a big mind fuck. I'm not gonna lie, because last year was cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not downplaying last year, but last year compared to this year, it was a mind fuck. Like all day long, I kept saying, "Wow, this is crazy." Like I can't believe the amount of people and the amount of like the overall success of it was crazy. Like. Look at how far the crowd was last year and how far it reached this year. How far back, how far out it was. It was crazy. You know, they paid a lot of money for them artists, and them artists came, they followed through, all except for Dave East. You know what I mean?
For people that don't know, go ahead. We'll catch this out. We'll catch that on the final thought.
Overall, it was great. It's a great place to network, a great place to put your music out there, a great place to have fun. Granted, it's long days, long nights. You know, it's dusty. There's no shade, but it's worth it. That 2 days, especially if you can get a ticket when they were dropping them for $55, you know, for the whole weekend, you ain't gonna be able to go catch one of those artists for $55, let alone the whole lineup.
Right.
You know, from the headliners to the co-headliners to the supporting cast, it was just magnificent, and the amount of love genuine love that we got and that we gave was mind blowing. It was crazy. So if you got an opportunity to go to Rapping Rivers 27 next year, you better jump on that train, get your tickets, because it's going to be live and it's going to be lit. And Hog Life going to be out there putting on again, baby. With Shadow Loke this time. Let's go.
Awesome. Okay, all right. So closing thought. What the fuck was the deal with Dave East? I heard he was on some bullshit, and I guess maybe we shouldn't go into that too deep, but there was definitely a video that said "fuck Dave East," and apparently
for sure. So
he skated on the festival.
He said that he had to have emergency surgery or surgery one way or another. He had to have surgery, but the night before he was out performing at a different venue. So that's where the full "fuck Dave East" came thing. You know what I mean?
Okay. Okay.
And he waited to book his flights. Never booked his flights ahead of time. Never planned it. You know what? Fuck Dave East, bro.
All right, man. Well, hey, Frank James, Showtime, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you very much for the interview, guys. I look forward to maybe circling back around and getting you guys back on again. This was a blast.
Absolutely.
Facts. We appreciate you having us on. I appreciate you reaching out. You being a cool, dope-ass individual, one who supports hip-hop all the way across the board. I can tell there's no hate in you for anyone that's involved in hip-hop. I appreciate you putting us on. I appreciate you putting on Apache and all the homies before us and all the homies after us, man. Shout out to you. Big salute.
Hey, salute back at you.
Lifelong friendships.
Yes,
lifelong friendship. We appreciate you, brother.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all. On that note, we're going to sign off for the evening. I got to get over to Sugar Hill Gang at the Iowa State Fair. But, yeah, we definitely going to link up again. This is just the beginning here, fellas.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all.
Let's go.
All right. Showtime, baby. Let's go.
Hell yeah. Until next time, this is your boy Wilson. We out. Peace.
Known to snatch a piece or two. Y'all can't take over cause we gon' eat the you. Rock steady like a ginger brought Aretha through. This shit torture and I'ma keep feeding you. On that East Coast shit, y'all better duck down. Price on his dome, 5 on it like yuck mouth. When the plug get knocked, that's when the price jump. American Nightmare, that's where the Spice One. Rappers running like Ricky in the alleyway. Putting an end to the week, no Saturday. They want static, get it shaking like Cassius Clay. Passionate thugs mixing Douce with Alizé. Don't play with us. Them goons ain't got you safe enough. Yelling fuck 'em like Smokey off the angel dust. My life's so real, sounds like I made it up. Been up so long, I don't remember waking up. Dangerous, sharper than a razor's touch. We hit that script and get the cake up. God hate ugly